Okay, there's 4 ways to name an angle. You could name this angle ABC, angle CBA, angle B, or angle 1. When an angle is by itself, it's usually easy to name. It's usually when there's like 2 angles together that it's a little more difficult to name them. Like if you have a picture like this. You have to distinguish what angle you're talking about. So in this picture, if I want angle 1, I'd have to call it, angle 1 would equal angle ABC, or you could do it CBA. If I want to talk about angle 2, it would equal DBC or CBD. Next, we have the straight angle. Straight angle is like a straight line. And it measures 180. 180 degrees. Straight angle. Next, we have adjacent angles. These are angles that share a common side adjacent means next to. So these angles are right next to each other. So like side BC would be the common side. These adjacent angles, adjacent, the word, means next to. Okay, this is an angle addition postulate. This says that if you have 2 angles, that the smaller 2 angles add up to be the larger angle. So, if I am told DBC is 13 degrees and ABC is 52 degrees, then I could find ABD. So I'm looking for this, right? I could find this. And how I'd do that is I'd go 52 subtract 13. And that would give you 39 degrees. And see, this is how it works. The angle addition postulate. 39 plus 13 equals 52 degrees. Alright, these are vertical angles. One thing you need about vertical angles is vertical angles are congruent. Congruent is equals with the squiggly over it. Congruent. You gotta know the vocabulary. Congruent means same size. It's kind of like equals. But because it's geometry, we're talking about shapes. Same shape. Alright, well, vertical angles are congruent. These are vertical angles. Those green ones I drew in, vertical angles. Vertical angles are 2 non-adjacent angles formed by 2 pairs of opposite rays. I think they make V's opposite each other. They just are across from each other. Alright, so how you'd solve this is you just say, I'm going to set them equal. 2x plus 5 equals 47. And then you do the algebra. Subtract 5. So you get 2x equals 42. Then you divide, and you get x equals 21. Oh, it's not degrees. Well, all right. So then to figure out and check your work, you can plug it in. 2 times 21, that's 42, plus 5, 47. Ding, 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 it worked. So x was 21. All right, linear pair. A linear pair is a line that has a pair of angles, and these angles are adjacent. These angles sum to 180. So if you solve a problem like this, if I say find measure of angle DBC, okay, so that's this angle, DBC. All right, so how I would solve that is I'd go, all right, add the angles together, 5x plus 92 minus x equals 180. So 5x take away 1x is 4x. Here's the algebra. Basically, we're done with the geometry. Then you subtract 92. Okay, so here's something that's kind of important. A lot of times in these geometry problems, they ask you to find x. And a lot of times you have to find x, but they're really asking for the angle. Okay, so I finished solving this. I subtracted 92, got 88, divided by 4, and got 22. So x is 22. So now if you want to find the angle of DBC, you go 92 subtract 22, and that gives us 70 degrees. So this is 70 degrees. So ABD is 110. Lots of ways to check your work. 110 and 70 must equal 180. A linear pair adds to 180. Okay, complementary angles are two angles that sum to 90. I remember this because it's right to give a complement, and a right angle is 90 degrees. 90 degrees. Okay, so you could put a box here, and that would mean 90 degrees. So if I solve this problem, they say find PQS. All right, measure of angle PQS. I add them together, and I get 3x plus 9 equals 90. Then to do the algebra, I would subtract 9 and get 3x equals 81. And then I divide and get x equals 27. So if you check your work, 2 times 27 is 54, and 27 plus 9 is 36. 54 plus 36 would add to be 90 degrees. And our question, right, was measure of angle PQS. So PQS, let's see, PQS, this one, PQS must be 54. 54 degrees. Okay, last one. Supplementary angles. Supplementary angles sum to 180. The problem looks like this. Supplementary angles are like straight angles or a linear pair. They add to 180. In this problem, the question says to find x. All right, find x. So the easiest way I think to do it is know they add up to 180, so this must be 70 degrees. Angle DBC is 70 degrees, and so to find x, I go 5x equals 70. And then I solve, and I think that's 14. That's it. All right, I hope you learned lots of vocabulary today. All right, good luck, guys.